Hi, this is Alex from devstories.eu. DeepEval Framework, Episode 3 of 18. Traditional NLP metrics like BLEU and ROUGE are terrible at evaluating modern large language models, but deploying a human for every single test run is impossible. The solution to scaling your evaluation without sacrificing semantic understanding is the power of LLM-as-a-Judge. Traditional metrics look for exact word overlaps. If your model outputs a perfectly accurate summary using different synonyms, a metric based on exact string matching will score it poorly because it cannot understand meaning. Using an LLM as a judge solves this problem. It reads the output, processes the context, and evaluates the semantics much like a human reviewer would, but at machine speed. In DeepEval, an LLM-evaluated metric performs three specific actions. First, it computes a score between 0 and 1. 0 is a complete failure, 1 is perfect. Second, it compares that score against a strict threshold you define. If your threshold is 0.7 and your model scores a 0.6, the test fails. Third, it returns a reason. The evaluating LLM generates a text explanation detailing exactly why it assigned that specific score. This tells you what went wrong without forcing you to manually read the raw logs. DeepEval divides these metrics into three categories. RAG metrics evaluate retrieval-augmented generation pipelines. Agentic metrics assess autonomous agents. Custom metrics let you define your own evaluation criteria from scratch. While the underlying prompts for these differ, they all utilize the same judge mechanism. When selecting a metric, developers often confuse reference-based and reference-less metrics. Here is the key insight. Reference-based metrics require a ground truth. They need a known correct answer to compare against, which makes them highly effective during early development and testing. Reference-less metrics do not need a ground truth. They evaluate the output entirely based on the provided context or the input prompt itself. Because they do not rely on a pre-written answer, reference-less metrics are exactly what you use for live production monitoring. It is tempting to attach a dozen metrics to every prompt to ensure quality. Do not do this. The rule of thumb is to use fewer than 5 metrics per application. Pick the metrics that actually align with your specific business logic. Running unnecessary metrics just results in slower tests and higher compute costs. Speaking of costs, using a flagship commercial model to judge thousands of daily test runs gets expensive quickly. DeepEval allows you to swap the default evaluator for custom models. You can configure the framework to use Azure OpenAI if your enterprise infrastructure requires it. Alternatively, you can set up a local model using Ollama. By running a capable open-source model locally on your own hardware, you create a free, unbiased judge. You simply initialize your local Ollama client and pass that model object directly into the metric configuration. DeepEval then handles the rest, executing the entire evaluation pipeline without hitting external billing APIs. The true value of an LLM judge is not just the numerical score, but the automated reasoning it provides to help you debug every single failure. Thanks for listening. Happy coding, everyone.